Hello, uh, I'm at 85% or chapter 29 of The Absolute Book by Elizabeth Knox, where we've had another trip to the Shay, where we've had the dreaded meeting of Elrond or whatever it is, where we have all the various groups pleading with Shift to sacrifice himself, and he's like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And he does have a plan to go to Purgatory to talk to Taryn's mother, who might be the one who knows what her grandfather did with the box, with the Firestarter box. The Firestarter box, which has been revealed to be the thing that has got inside of it kind of a box of, has got a scroll of kind of the great kind of, I don't know what's it got inside of it. The Ark of the Covenant, I guess. It's also just sort of, Shift looks at it, young Shift looks at it and it's like, oh, this is just all like children's things, which I don't know if that means just primal things, like beginning things, like, in the beginning was the word kind of things. And she says, like, you'll be able to open it when you're wise, hopefully, is apparently the thing she's thinking. But yeah, so they have the meeting. He refuses. It turns out that, they're probably really been trying to kind of give him up to hell. There's the deal that the demons have with the fallen angels, and then the Sift they drove the demons off the land, made a little place for themselves. I don't know if that implies that the world is that as well, a little bubble. We do have this continuing thing of the Taken, which have been people rescued from, interestingly enough, things where they've been the sacrifice for our civilization of what it's become. The slaves fueling much of our economy, our Western society built on slavery, built on the fruits of that slavery, on all those dead bodies, and the dead of Verdun, again, young men kind of thrown into the meat grinder of World War One, and the civilization that came out of after World War II, possibly, after Hiroshima, after all the other things that people were just ground up for, willy-nilly, as pawns, as cogs, as just, meat. So they go to Purgatory and they meet the mule spinner. The mule skinner is there, and goes after them, goes after him, but it puts a lock around Taryn. But in the end, Taryn's like, what have I got to do with you? You've got no hold over me. And the lock releases, and she just walks away from him, and that dismiss, and that's it. It's interesting that he's in Purgatory, his unfinished business, but it's got nothing to do with her, and he will be there for a long time. And then she meets her mother and has a conversation where her mother is the most cogent person that we've actually met in this place, and is painting, and is actually focusing on her painting versus immediately turning and focusing on them. And she tells her various things about, all the items that her grandfather had, and like, who would he give the fire starter to? He wouldn't give it to his friends. It's a fire starter. It would burn their things. And it's like, oh yeah, he hated that fire starter. Oh, and he hated that there was a certain bookseller that he did actually really despise, because he was always just at him. And so maybe he sent it to him. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll take a look, and we'll see. Yeah, it's a very curly Q book. It's got a lot of little divots and things, and I'm having a hard time holding much of it in my mind, much like people have a hard time keeping the fire starter in their mind, but not through magical means. Oh well, we'll leave it there. More videos later.